Good evening, everyone. Steve here again from CharlieNoise Games and Collectables. Just here with a little update video as to how things are going with our little $100 experiment. I just sort of thought I'd check in and just sort of let people know how things are going. We have not yet made any sales, although we've had a reasonable amount of interest on the listings that we put up a week ago today. As you can see here, sorry, this is my little inventory page. We've got Renoa sitting on, sorry, excuse me, 18 page views over the last, well, so this column here, we're looking at sort of page views for the last 30 days. We've had 18 people sort of hit the page, and in total we've got 3 separate people who've put a watch on it. We've got selfie down here, so similar sort of numbers, 14 and 3. And they don't seem like huge numbers, but realistically, it generally doesn't take a lot more than that to get a sale. And then down here, Auron, a little less interest, but admittedly he's sort of a fair bit more expensive than the other two, with 4 and 1 watch, kind of respectively, 4 views, 1 watch. So as I stated last week, in a view to sort of getting some things sold, because realistically we need to make a sale in order to start rolling this money over into other items. If we're gonna build a bit of capital and build a bit of a bankroll here, we're gonna, like, obviously the more listings we have, the better off we're going to be. More listings equals more interest, equals more sales, and then ultimately more revenue. So I thought we'd just adjust these down. You can see here, as stated, we'll drop this down to $135. There we go. Yep. And then selfie, I thought we would bring down to, we'll drop her by, let's say 10%, so pop her down to 72. This is a neat little added feature that eBay has done sort of fairly recently. I don't remember sort of having seen this until just now, but just showing the average price of sort of similar items. Well, I guess ultimately the same item, like what other people have sold it for. Anyway, we'll submit that. We'll drop this down to 72, and then Auron we'll adjust down to 175. You can see here, median sold price, $198. So we're well lower than that, considering the condition of the figure and the fact that it's sort of unopened. It's unopened state. At any rate, hopefully that will be enough to inspire some of these people who have put watches on the items to bite and make the purchase. But if not, I'll see you guys back here in another week's time, and we'll bring it down again until we've got a bit of Skrilla that we can start putting into other product. I just wanted to say as well, I don't, these can take a while to sell. This is not unusual. We're suffering through some fairly tough economic times at the moment, and $145 or $185 or even $80 is, it's a lot of money to spend on what is essentially a toy. It's don't get me wrong, I love these things. I've got my own collectibles. Bring this one down here. There you go. Here's my Zelda Breath of the Wild, still boxed, just hanging out in the office for me to look at. And I'm sure whoever does ultimately sort of buy these items, they're going to be very pleased with what they get. They're all in top-notch condition. And they'll make fine additions to anybody's collection, whether it's for display or to even open. Realistically, whatever they choose to do with them, once they've paid for them, that's theirs. They can do with it what they like. All right. Well, on that note, I think we'll call it. I'll see you guys on the next one. And yeah, I'll keep you updated as to anything, any new movements. All right, thanks guys. Take it easy.